The energy's flowing really well tonight. I don't know if it's this full moon coming or what it is, but I feel great as far as I'm pretty tapped in. So we're going to get another message. This is for Gemini or Gemini cross watcher. You can also reverse this. So basically, here's what I'm getting for this one, for whoever's going to resonate for this message. I'm going to say, I'm going to give examples. That's kind of how I like to talk sometimes, just whatever pops in my head, and then you guys can pull the message from that. Let's say you have a couple together, okay? And they're a young couple, and they're getting a little bit older now, or whatever. They're about to go to college or something, or they're about to graduate, like a very, very young couple. And they're discussing their future plans, okay? And one of the people in this relationship says, you know, I definitely want to have kids, but I would like to have kids about 10 years after we're together. At least 8 years. I'd like to go to college first. I'd like to get a home first. I'd like to establish. I'm not saying who's right or wrong. I'm just telling you this is what I'm getting, right? And then let's say the other partner is like, well, I get where you're coming from. Like, I understand that, but I also don't want to wait too long. Let's say it's a feminine or something, because, well, I have a biological clock, and so I don't want to be having my first kid when I'm like in my 30s. You know what I mean? Like, I want to have my first kid maybe in my mid 20s or something. So it's like two people, for one, who don't have the same wants. Like, they have the same wants ultimately, but like they don't have the same timelines. It's like two people who are on different timelines. Let's say it's two people who are not in a relationship, but they're talking to each other, getting to know each other. And one person, it's like there's nobody's playing games with anybody here, okay? Now, if they are, that's different. But in my vision, nobody's playing games here. Two people who are trying to get to know each other. Nobody's really expressed what they kind of feel for each other romantically yet. It's just very, very new. Clearly, I mean, there's an attraction, there's a type of flirting, or they wouldn't have talked the way they have, or exchanged numbers, or hung out, or something. But, you know, it's very, very, very new. It's inception. It's implantation. It's very new, that new. And one person may have just been really busy with work or something, I don't know, and they didn't message back for a couple of days. And the other person may be like, well, I don't like that they've done that, but we're also not dating, and we just started talking, so I'm not really worried about it. So honestly, what I should do is probably focus on myself too. So this person, they start thinking a lot. They get a little bit in their head, and they start thinking, I wonder why this person held back, but also I'm going to focus on myself. Maybe I'm not ready like I thought I was getting to know this person. Maybe I'm not ready to put myself out there. So they pull away, not intentionally, not to like get anybody back, this other person back, for them not having said anything in a few days or a few hours or whatever. Do you get my point here? So then these two people now are like, let's say this person eventually reaches back out to this person and shows interest again. And this person's now thinking, it's like now we're just circling back around. And this person, the first one who was quiet for a few days or hours, is like, oh, now maybe I should do it, because I don't know. Are they fucking with me? Are they not really serious? Like, kind of scared me. And last time they didn't talk to me, it really hurt my feelings. And now I don't really know. I don't know if I want to go through that again. So it's like in every scenario, you have one person, whether a relationship is already established or not, who is either worried that the other may be losing interest, and this is why they're acting a certain way, or you could have someone who is losing interest because they feel like, well, you have your timeline and things that you seem are okay for when you do them, but when I do my timeline or tell you what I want, you don't really like it, and then you're not really saying anything to me. Like, so where's this even going? Like, where's this even going to go? That's what I'm feeling for Geminis. For whoever will resonate with this message, a little bit of tongue tire here. It's like there's communication issues, but it's like, where's this going? We need to decide if, like, what is this even? What are we doing? Because your timelines don't match. I don't know if that's what I'm going to title it, but that's what I wrote down. Because they don't match. Because there's different wants. Because one person's like, well, I don't know. It kind of feels a little bit, just a tad. Now, I don't know if this is like an intentional thing, but it almost does feel here like one person is kind of like, they think it's okay to have their wants, but like they're not as willing to bend when another person does it. Like if one person pulls away for a little bit, whether they're doing it intentionally or not, maybe they're just busy or they're having a long day at work or something. But then when the other person does it, it's like, it makes them nervous. And it's like, but you did it initially. Like, you only wrote me every now and then, or I was writing you like paragraphs. Let's say it's texting. And maybe you're writing somebody paragraphs, you're really getting into it, telling them everything about your life, and they're only really telling you a little bit about theirs. So then you pull away and you're starting to focus on yourself. You get a little bit in your head and you're like, I like this person, yeah, but I also want it to be equally reciprocated. And because it's not, I don't want to like bitch at them and tell them, oh, I need this from you. We're just talking. So I'm just going to focus on myself. But then they get in their head and feel some type of way, and they're like, well, maybe they don't like me. And now maybe I'm just going to punish them a little bit because like maybe now I'm going to be a little bit insecure because I feel like, but it's like, but you shouldn't be insecure, because if you didn't want to get to this point, then you should have opened up when I was opening up. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like there's two communication styles, two different ones. I feel like these are two people who are a lot different. They're different. I think you are very different from somebody. And if this isn't resonating with you at all, this could be someone on the outside of you who's about to start entertaining you because they were talking to someone who they have two completely different wants in life. Two completely different, they just different timelines. You know? So somebody could either be in a relationship on the outside of you and they're talking to someone and you too, or they're with somebody and they're realizing that they and this person want different things, and they may be wanting to talk to you. Or this is you with somebody in the relationship. You're going to realize you're on different timelines when it comes to something. It could be anything. It could be timelines if it has nothing to do with having kids and getting married and y'all are already past all that. It could just be like, well, I'm not going to talk to you today, and I am mad because I answer you right when you call, or I answer you right when but you don't answer me when I call. And so I just don't think that it's fair when I do it, but you don't do it. So it's like, two can play that game, or if if you're going to treat me like that, then it needs to be even. You know what I mean? Like, treat me the way you want me to treat you. 1 second. All right, guys, we can resume. I thought my daughter was getting in a fight with somebody on the phone because I could hear her. I don't know if that'll translate on the video, but I was like, damn, was she getting in a fight? But she's just talking to her girlfriends on the phone. I thought she was fighting. I said, oh, shit. But anyway, that could be the point, too. It's like, I don't know. That just feels like there's tension here. There's tension between two people, whether just talking, a little bit of a crush type thing here, friends, or in a relationship. Whether it's you involved or you're on the outside of this, but this is happening and you're going to hear about it. It's just like, we need to figure out what's really going on here. Are we going to stay together? Are we going to get together? Do you like me? I like you. Are you fucking with me? Because I'm not fucking with you. What do you want from me here? Like, what is this even? What, you know what I mean? Some of you could feel like if you were getting to know somebody, vice versa, that you were very open with this person. Again, I reiterate, because I feel like that's strong here. You were very open with this person. You were very transparent, even about things that maybe you're not proud of or you're very embarrassed about. But you didn't want this to be shit that came out later or whatever. You just wanted them to know up front. And they may have acted a little bit like, or maybe you thought that they were acting a certain way due to what you told them. So then you're just like, you know what, I can't get into to invest it in this. So you pull away, but then it makes them feel some type of way. And it's like, well, if you wanted me more or something I said didn't bother you, you should have probably been a little bit more open with me. Like, what is it you're really wanting with me here, you know? And now some of you, this could be, this is just for a small group of you. Some of you, there's an ex who is going to want to like return or reach out again or be friends at least again. And it's like, I don't even think that that's possible, because we are two completely different people. Like, we want different things. I'm hearing that ship has sailed. We are not compatible at all. Somebody's going to end up realizing here that someone they've had their eye on, someone that they've been in a relationship with, or someone that is an ex of theirs is going to realize, like, we're not compatible. We were never compatible. We're not really compatible. It's like, what was this? Is it just a sex thing? Is it just an attraction thing? Is it, oh, well, we've had kids together, we've been married type thing? Like, is it, like, what is it actually that's brought you and another together is what I want to know. Or cause the attraction or whatever. Because what the point that we're at as far as this message very uncertain. The communication is awful, and the timelines don't match. Like, the timelines are completely off. And if this isn't your message, then that would make sense. You would be the outside party, and someone else's shit's going on. And so y'all do match, and this person doesn't, right? Could even honestly just be like, yes, there is something here, but maybe it's going to be made for a later timeline. And for now, you and another person need to kind of, I don't know. Now listen, somebody could have stopped talking to someone here or got in their head because they could have realized that somebody they were interested in had a fucking girlfriend or boyfriend. Or maybe still just, if they didn't have that, they're just maybe somebody stuck with their ex or something. You know what I mean? And I mean stuck as in not with them, not fucking them, but like stuck with them in some way. Like financially obligated. Or because of children or something. You know? And so somebody got a little insecure here, but I'm not saying they were wrong. It's just like, you know, and if we do have a relationship where people are like, they have different wants, different timelines, you could have somebody here who's like, damn, maybe I should change a little bit what I want so that my person doesn't leave me, because my person does want to own a home by this time or have kids by this time or be married by this time. And if I don't give in a little or try to compromise in a way, then I could lose them. All right, guys, that's what I'm getting for this message. Thank you so much. Talk to you later. Bye.